Good evening and welcome to Lauderhill TV. Let's go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lauderhill TV. We're back again. It's another week, and we have yet again another great show for you. I have a lot of stuff going on, especially in the city of Lauderhill. I'm actually so proud and happy to be a resident of Lauderhill TV since 2006, guys. And we have so many things happening here that it's my honor and pleasure to bring them all to you. So before we get started, let us just share a few things with you. And first of all, I want to welcome you to the show. And if you are here, please go ahead and just drop your name in the chat or just drop a message in the chat so that I can give you the welcome you deserve. And I'd be happy to welcome you. Welcome to Marcia Live Scan, MAEO Live Scan. And that's fingerprint scanning if you're interested. Good evening, everyone. So welcome to you, Marcia. And here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to share the post to at least two places. Share the post to at least two places. And even if you're not able to watch the whole thing, just let it play. Just let the show play, and you can even walk away. All right, but I just want to get numbers. I want to get numbers. So even if you can't watch the whole thing, just let it play. All right, so our guest is going to be coming in a little bit once we resolve a few of the little techie issues. But I'm going to be just telling you what Lauderhill TV is all about as we get started. All right, who's here? Who's here in the chat so far? Welcome to Ed. Welcome, Ed. Eves, Ed. Ed, welcome, Ed. Good to have you. Welcome, Karen Meikle. Good evening, everyone. Centric HR is in the building. Welcome to Jackie Adamson. Good evening, Millissa and guests. We are just getting started, guys. Please share to at least two places and tag at least two people. Like I said, even if you're not able to watch the whole thing, just let it play. Let it play on your phone. Let it play on your tablet. Let it play on your computer. And let it play on your television set. Yeah? Let's do that. And then more people will be in the chat and more people will hear about what's going on. Somebody told me last week, actually, that even though they're usually very, very busy during the time that I'm having the show, they said that their husband is usually tuned in and is watching it on his big TV screen. So that's just amazing. Lauderhill TV is it's going places. It's still building up. We've got some exciting things that are going to be coming up in the future. So I'm very, very excited about Lauderhill TV. All right, so come on in, get settled down. We're going to get our guest up in a little while. So I do want to congratulate a few people before we get into the show. And let's go ahead and start by congratulating one of our commissioners. Let's congratulate Commissioner. Let's go ahead and do this. Share. Here we go. Share, and we're going to be congratulating our Commissioner Denise Grant. Broward United Nations. Can you see this, guys? Can you see this? All right, let me make this a little bit bigger for you. Broward United Nations Association recognizes Commissioner Denise D. Grant for exemplary contributions to sustainable development goals And if you go ahead and check out her YouTube channel, you can see all of the things that she is doing. Wanted to just bring her up and give her a big congratulations. If you could just, guys, drop congratulations, Commissioner Grant, in the chat as well. The full article is right there on the city's website. So let's go ahead and drop that in the chat for you as well. So there you have the applause by Karen there, and also the link is right there on the screen. What else do we have? We have a good friend of ours who was celebrating his birthday recently. Let's just go to his Facebook page and just give him a little congratulations as well. Congratulations to our friend Michael Rigg, who was celebrating his birthday last week. There's a couple pictures of him, him out celebrating. I think they were at Lalo's, if I'm not mistaken. And then he was also at the Pink Cup last week. There he is with Mr. Jabo and our chaplain of Lauderhill. So give a congratulations and happy birthday to Michael Rigg. There he is in the middle there, Michael Rigg, one of Lauderhill's residents and very, very much involved in the community. So thank you for that. All right, we're still just getting started from London. Jessica Watson's here. My cousin Jessica Watson is tuning in from London. I know it's late, so she may not stay for the whole show, but thank you so much for tuning in nice and early. All right. So if you guys have anybody that you would like to congratulate, feel free to drop it in the chat, send me a message, or, you know, post it to any of the groups that we have going on. All right. So how are you feeling tonight, guys? How are you feeling tonight on this amazing day? I just came from 2 events in Lauderhill. Can you imagine that? 2 events in Lauderhill tonight I just came from. And we have a lot to share with you today. So let me know how you're doing. I am doing great. And we are just about to get into our show for tonight. All right. So the events that I just came from, and what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to do a whole show on the last few events that I've attended, because there's a lot of footage, there's a lot of material, and I just don't have time to edit it all before I can bring it to the show. So we're going to have a special show where we're going to show all of the footage of different things that we have been doing. Winsome Robinson's here. Welcome. Fantastic. She says, good to have you. And you're so busy, I can't keep up. You're so right with that. You are absolutely so right. 2 events before this show tonight. And it was actually great that the events were early, because I was able to go to a 4 o'clock event and Dr. Robinson was there. It was the event for the clergy, talking about safety in our community and the churches, and really just safety in general, because man, that was an amazing event. So good to be on with you and the tribe tonight. That's Dr. Robertson, New Dimensional Global. So yes, we had quite a lot, and Madeline was there too. Madeline Noel, our interpreter, she was there. Welcome to our awesome audience. Yep, absolutely, she was there. So everybody's doing exactly what you should be doing today. You're sharing it with at least 2 people, 4 if you'd like, and you are playing it on multiple devices. So what I'm saying is, play it on your phone, play it also on your tablet, on your television set, and any other device. Play it on multiple devices. If you're worried about it giving you the feedback, just turn the other devices down. But we want to see some big numbers here, even if we have to, you know, fudge them a little bit. Play Lauderhill TV on multiple devices, and then comment in the chat as well. All right. So before we get our guest up again, we are going to play a few commercials, and I shall be right back.
At Shamsla Financial Services, we specialize in credit services and insurance as a financial social worker. I'm here to help you maximize your credit score, thinking outside of the box.
Located in the city of Lauderhill, Mercy has served the AIDS community for over 15 years. As a staffing agency, we hire HHAs, CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Give us a call today, 954-572-3699.
All right. We have one more event that's coming up, so let's go ahead and hear that.
Join us for Positions for Purpose Women's Conference, empowered for such a time as this. Friday, November 2023, 6 to 10 p.m. Register online at www.theMDEmovementlnc.com.
All right, again, welcome to Lauderhill TV. It's my pleasure to be the founder and the host of Lauderhill TV, and we are here to share great news about Lauderhill. Yes, indeed, mainstream news is going to show you all of the bad news, but when we come here, we're here to show all the good news, the great people, the amazing resources, and our businesses in Lauderhill. And like I was saying to you earlier, I came from two events. One event was talking about safety in our city, and the other one, I went to a launch of two businesses. So the first business was Liquid Paradise, the second was Bliss, both over on 19th Street in Lauderhill. The area is booming, lots of restaurants and bars and entertainment happening over there. So you're going to hear all about that next week, all right? So let's go ahead and bring up our guest. We'll see if we are good to go. So let me just go ahead and bring him up right now. Good evening, Ray.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
Oh, I should say good evening, Commissioner Ray Martin. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Wow. I know we've had some little challenges there, but we're going to make this work. I'm going to ask you to do one thing. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we're just going to keep it the way it is. If you could just flip your phone on the side so that it's more, there we go. There we go. And is that still okay with you to do it like that?
It's still fine with me.
All right, perfect. All right, so I know that you're a busy person, so we're going to get right into the show. All right, so first of all, how you doing today, Commissioner?
I am good. Thank you for asking.
Good. So I also saw you at the first event at the, what was it called? Safety and something or other?
What was it called? I got so many events in my head right now.
How many events did you attend today?
Where was I today? Oh, FITSE, Florida International Trade Expo.
Oh, you were there. Was you also at the City Hall today?
Repeat that again.
Were you also at the City Hall today?
I was at the City Hall today, and the Commissioner Grant was having a pastor session with our local area pastors community. Yes,
that's right. That's where I saw you. So I was thinking to myself, maybe it was somebody else that looked like you, but yes, you were also there.
Yeah, I was also there too. Yeah.
All right. So we have a very interactive show, and let's just welcome a few people that are here. Debbie Banner's here. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, Debbie was at FITSE as well.
And I just left Debbie Banner at a Kiwanis event.
Oh, you?
Yes.
Well, the life of a commissioner is very, 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 very busy. I was at FITSE yesterday, says Karen Meikle. So again, guys, come on in, share the post, let people come on in and learn all of the great things that our Commissioner Ray Martin is doing. All right, so we are ready to go. Commissioner, I have known you from before you were a commissioner, always a community person, and it's inevitable really that you actually became commissioner. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for all you do in the city, and we really, really appreciate your hard work.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and honor.
Absolutely. All right, so I want to start it off like this. Now, Lauderhill TV is not exactly brand new to you, right? You've heard about this from before, right?
Yes, yes, yes. You've been at this for a while, so yes.
So I have been at this for a while. Now, many people don't know that, though. Many people are not aware of that. So I actually went into the archives,
Uh-huh.
and I just wanted to just play a little bit of one of our early sessions that we were doing when we tried to get it kicked off the first time.
Oh, is it safe to play? I'm a commissioner now. I don't know what I said back then.
Yeah, it's safe to play. We're going to play like 20 seconds of you speaking. It's actually very, very good. So let me pull this up and
Okay,
let people
before
see it.
and now, huh?
What's that?
I said before and after, right?
Yeah, so let me go ahead and show people just a little bit of this. Everybody, prepare yourself, everybody. This is before Commissioner became a commissioner. Here we go. Oops, the wrong button. All right, let's play this. Welcome to another edition of Lauderhill TV. Today, I'm excited to welcome Mr. Ray Martin. How you doing, Mr. Ray Martin?
Good. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Great. So today, we're going to be talking about business and finances. And today's topic, we're going to focus on how to start a corporation.
Yes.
All right. So a lot of people, they don't know all the ins and outs. So could you give us some tips today?
Yeah, sure. And again, let me just put out a disclaimer that I'm not an attorney and I'm not a certified public accountant. This is just some information that I've seen. Been in real estate investing. I've opened up a few corporations myself.
Okay.
And as I've talked to a few people, I've come to a point to where it becomes it's easy for me now.
Okay.
But I've learned that it's not as easy for some other folks.
Right. All right. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop it right there. And just to let the audience know, Commissioner Ray Martin has been in business. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, but he was able to give us quite a few tips on how to get started with our corporation. So, Commissioner, tell us a little bit of your background.
Yeah, thank you. So I originally born in New Jersey. I finished growing up in high school down here in South Florida. I started off at Boyd Anderson High School and then went on to graduate from Hollandale High School. After that, I joined the Army, where I served for 22 years. My first 8 years was as an enlisted soldier, and then my remaining 14 years was as an officer. I retired in 2015 as a major. Relocated back to my home city of Lauderhill. And then I got started and active in the community. After serving the country, I wanted to continue that service. And so I did so by joining a couple of the local boards within the city. I started off on the Lauderhill Housing Authority board where I served for almost 2 years, was vice chairman of that board. Then I went on to serve as chairman of the Lauderhill's Community Budget and Advisory Board. And then I served on the outside of this, well, still within the city, but as president of the Kiwanis Club Central Broward chapter, where I served as president there for 3 years. And then I became commissioner in 2020.
Wow. Actually, you've opened my eyes to a few more things that I didn't really know that you were part of. I didn't know you were part of Kiwanis as well.
Yes.
So like I said, to become a commissioner of the city was almost like the natural progression of things. What was it specifically? Yes, indeed, you were involved in a lot of community organizations, but what was it that said, I need to be a commissioner?
Well, the more and more I learned as I was on a community budget and advisory board and I seen what the city was doing, I wanted to make sure that I was involved. And I've never been one of those people to point fingers and tell somebody what they should be doing. I always try to raise my hand first and see where I can help out. And there were some open seats, and I wanted to make sure we had some folks on the dais that would make sure we look after our tax dollars. And please give me a second. My daughter's coming in, so if you hear in the background,
not a problem.
Just
I'm gonna drop you down for a little bit, Ray, and then I'm gonna bring you back up in a little bit after I bring up the ads, okay? And if you could have
Okay.
the phone more stable, that would be great as well, if
I'm
possible.
trying here. Okay.
I know. All right, so we're working things out here. We're working things out, because all of these commissioners and the mayor and everything, they're all so busy. It's not easy to get them on the show. So when I have them, I'm so thankful to have them. It's really, really my honor to really have the commissioner on the show. So bear with us, guys. Bear with us. We're still working through everything, but we're happy that we have Commissioner Ray on the show. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So just drop me a number 1 in the chat if you're still with me and if you are enjoying the show so far. We're going to talk about a lot of things that the commissioner has done so far. Has been with as a commissioner for the last 3 years now, and we're going to let you know everything that's going on. And also, guys, at the end of the show, I'm going to give one person in the chat an opportunity to come up on the show and talk about their business, their product, their service, their cause. I want to give one person the opportunity to do so. And if you want to be that person, just drop me, just drop a message in the chat. Just say, I want to come up, and we're going to give you that opportunity to come up. All right, let's go ahead and play a commercial as we are about to bring our commissioner back up again in about 30 seconds. All right.
Join us for Positioned for Purpose Women's Conference, Empowered for Such a Time as This, Friday, November 3, 2023, 6 to 10 p.m. Register online at www.themeemovementllc.com.
All right. Again, guys, remember, we do have free advertisements, so listen to this. Advertise for free on Lauderhill TV while the offer lasts. Call 954-279-3893 for the details. Get it while it's free, people. Get it while it's free, because we are ramping up activity for the pre-launch right now. We're aiming to have the launch in January, the month of my birth. The new year is going to be a brand new show. It's going to be a brand new direction, and just be ready for that. Commissioner, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. Are you ready to go? He's ready. He's ready to go. Okay. All right. Let's welcome back our Commissioner, Ray Martin, City of Lauderhill. Welcome back, Commissioner. I know you're a busy guy. You've got children and everything like that. So
Yeah.
So, again, we're happy to have you. And somebody was saying that previous video, you were looking much younger. I looked like a baby there. The hard work of the city has probably worn on you. I don't know. All right. So yes, you decided to become a commissioner. What were you saying about that?
Yeah, so I was saying that after serving on the Lauderhill Housing Authority Board, after serving on the Lauderhill Community Budget and Advisory Board, I just wanted to serve in a greater capacity. And as the seats opened up, there was an opportunity for me to serve. I've always been of the mindset, if the commissioners are there doing a great job, there's no need to run against another commissioner unless they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And at the time, there were some open seats where there was no one serving. And so I wanted to make sure I step in and lend whatever experience that I have and continue to monitor and help the city as best I could.
Perfect. Now, you do have a lot of experience, especially in business too. Can you just talk about your business experience?
Yeah, so I did some real estate. For many people, if they don't get into business or anything like that, one of the first foundation things has always been recommended is that you kind of start in real estate because that's a good place that your money can stay stable or your investments can stay stable. After retiring from the military, because of my experience and learning the terminology within the military, I ended up opening up a government contracting company where I went back and did government contracts, more specifically with the VA hospital. So I worked with the VAs throughout the United States. I also worked with the VA under contract at the West Palm Beach VA Medical Center. And I've also done and was awarded multiple jobs with the VA down in Miami.
Wonderful. And that's also you're also one of the instructors in the Lauderhill Shines program, which I've just I've just joined. I'm about 3 weeks into it. So
Okay.
yes. Great to see you're in there too. All right, so let's talk about some of the amazing things you've been doing over the 3 years that you've been in there. And for this, what I'm going to do, I'm literally going to show everybody the Lauderhill website, where it lists quite a few of the things that you do. And then in addition to that, if there's anything that's not listed on the website, you can also talk about those as well. All right, so let's go ahead and show people the website. All right, so over here we see Central Lauderhill community meetings, and there's actually a few things regarding associations. So let's start with the first one, and just go through as much as you'd like to talk about.
All right, I can't read it from my screen here.
No problem. Yes, no problem. I remember we had to switch. So let me just make that bigger a little bit for you.
Or you could just cue me up. Tell me what the first one is.
Sure. If you can't see that, that probably means that other people can't too. So I want to make sure everybody can see. Oh. Let's go. The first one is actually and
all I see is my personal information. I don't see the bar that you're wanting to show on the side.
Central Lauderhill community meetings. Let's go back over there. I'm trying to just navigate myself back over. So the first one is Central Lauderhill community meetings.
Okay, the community of Central Lauderhill is for those that know the affectionate term known as Deep Side. That is the area 55th Avenue and 56th Avenue between Oakland Park Boulevard and Sunrise Boulevard. And oftentimes that has been a community that people feel like has been neglected. And so one of the things that I try to do is make sure I reach out to those, because everybody is equal in the city of Lauderhill, and everybody needs our support. And because I've learned in the past, if sometimes we're in other cities, not this city, if there's not a strong voting population in that area, they tend to get less support. Well, I don't care whether they vote or not vote, but all of our residents, whether they be homeowners or renters, they deserve our support and our attention. And so some felt like that area may have been neglected. And so I made it upon myself to reach out to that community. I've gone door to door to put door hangers, inviting them to our community association meeting, where we hold them at the, what's the name of the park? John Mullins Park on the third Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. And there at most of the community association meetings, we'll have our staff there. We'll share the grant opportunities that are available. But that community specifically did not have a strong HOA. Actually, it was kind of non-existent. And so it's been my mission to get that started and make sure we get our residents engaged in that community. Yeah,
you've done a lot of stuff with community, it seems. What about the United Lauderhill Community Association meetings? Is that similar?
Another one. So when we came off of COVID, so I was elected in 2020 during COVID. When we came out of COVID, the previous president had passed, and they really didn't have much of a club. There was only about 4 or 5 members. So after COVID, and we were able to start meeting again back in our community facilities, I created that association. And I changed it. It used to be United Lauderhill Homeowners Association. And when we say homeowners, what ends up happening is there are renters who may not feel like they're invited or feel like they're not, because they're not a homeowner, they can't come out. And again, like I said, it doesn't matter whether you're a homeowner or a renter, you deserve the same respect, attention, and care as anyone else. So the first thing we did was change the name to United Lauderhill Community Association. Gotcha. So it's not just homeowners, it's also renters. We started off with a bang. Again, we did mass marketing and advertising. We started off our first meeting with about 100 plus members. It was non-paid. We developed a board. I ran the meetings probably for the first 4 or 5 months, and then we recruited members to become board members, and then we established a board, a president. And as it started continuing to grow, and we started charging, it tapered off to about 50 members that meet regularly every month. Some new members come. Not every member comes every single month, but they know where to come to get that information. But usually we have about 30 to 40 in attendance every single month. And I am proud to say that that association is thriving right now.
Wow.
They're really doing great things. They're a voice in the community. They come and show up at City Hall to express concerns. So they're definitely engaged. And so what we set out to do there really turned out to be a good thing.
That's amazing. Community and HOA leaders breakfast. Is this like an extension of what was happening with the association meetings? Is it an extension of that?
No, this is something completely different.
Okay.
So as I toured the community and I go to all the meetings and I go to condo meetings, what I have found is that there was some fraud going on, where when I make myself available to those residents and they start letting me know what's going on, they say, hey, sir, there's fraud going on. We suspect fraud. They're taking our monies. We actually enlisted one of our detectives who investigated some fraud in one of the condo associations, arrested the president. It resulted in one of the presidents being arrested.
Wow.
I continue to see associations struggling. There are many members who don't know where their funds are going. There are people who quit working on a board. There are boards that the leadership of the boards are running rogue. Sometimes they even hire property management companies that always don't do the right thing.
Right.
And so people really didn't know where to turn to. And the governorship for condo associations is actually the ombudsman for the state of Florida. Lauderhill doesn't have any authority over the associations, but what I found was that no one was listening to them. The state is backed up with complaints. So what I tried to do is, or not tried, I still do, is educate our condo owners. I explained to them how the process works. We partner with our attorneys and property managers who I bring to the breakfast to share their services, explain how boards should work, explain the process, what to do when you have board members not reporting their financials like they should, when you have boards that have been neglected, when you have bad property management companies. So we educate the residents and we provide, and I help try to facilitate that service to get their board members trained up. There's classes that they need to go to. Not everyone knows this. There are requirements for the condo boards. I was able to initiate a ordinance for the entire city that went into effect this year, and my colleagues supported that.
Good.
Now all condo associations have to report their finances online, register with the city of Lauderhill.
Wow.
There are many members who didn't even know who was running their board. They didn't have contact with their board members. They didn't know when the meetings were happening or what was happening with the money. So I found this to be a problem throughout many condo associations. And so what I decided to do was bring them all to City Hall. I set up basically like a semi-annual condo leaders breakfast. And it's really specifically for those that live in condominiums and want to learn more about what boards should be doing, what to do if they suspect fraud, where to go. And I just became really just like I guess a lifeline. Call me, come in and just learn about that process, because there wasn't a lot of transparency as I spoke with many of the condo owners throughout the city.
Wow, that is great. This is really, really a great thing that you're doing there, because you came in like a savior, really, to help and I
don't think I'm a savior, but I did just want to be able whatever resources I have or information we have, I want to make sure it gets out to the residents and they have an opportunity. And there's not many people getting taken advantage of, because as you know, many seniors and single parents live in some of our condominiums and they don't really know who to turn to.
You know what? As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, if you remember, a friend of mine was saying that their condo association was being run down, was just let go, and the different association leaders with no, she didn't know who it was, and there was one had left or something like that. And I reached out to you and I said, who is the person I need to speak to regarding this particular association? And you gave me the name, and I gave it to her. And I don't know how things have worked out, but things, it's like you are the one that's taken up the mantle as far as associations. Is that safe to say you're the man when it comes to associations?
I don't know about the man, but yes, I
You're
am
so humble.
trying to. I do want to make sure we can, obviously we can reach out and touch someone if there's a problem.
Yes.
Just as you reached out, I gave you the contact, and if they need further help, obviously let them know to feel free to reach out to me.
Yes.
Again, we don't have any legal authority, but there is some influence as I continue to try to develop relationships.
Yes.
Because they know if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, I am going to follow up with any legal recourse that I can if there's any suspected fraud. And then right now, as we're talking about the condo associations, so as I became that go-to person for condos, the leaders breakfast kind of morphed as Florida changed their laws recently, which is requiring reserves, and people didn't know what these reserve studies were. And then we had the unfortunate fallen, the towers that had fallen and crashed, and they increased the rules. And there were a lot of uncertainty about condominiums. And it just so happened because we've already had a condo association condo forum set up. We had the program in place so that as the laws changed, we were able to update condo owners and condominium associations on how to deal with the reserve study. I brought in companies and explained the reserve study companies that they can hire. How do we do our building inspections in Lauderhill? How do we ensure that our buildings are meeting code, the 40-year inspections? So the platform was there, and it was already in place when the laws changed, that we can share that information, because many people, some of their association fees and assessments became greater than what their mortgage was.
Yes.
There were many elderly people who paid off their condos years ago, and they were on a fixed income, and now their association fees and assessments have doubled, and they just don't know where to go and why these things are happening or what to do. So we try to make that process, as we continue to make that process, because there are still people that's learning about what these reserve studies and what they mean. We put together a petition to go to the state to request for more time, which we actually got, and there were some changes to the law. So many of those laws required that these reserves be fully funded by the end of 2024. It was just too soon. Not 24, maybe 25. It was just too soon.
Right.
And so what they did is they took some items off of being mandatory part of the reserves, and then they gave a phased in payment plan to get the reserves up to where they need to be.
Wow, I definitely admire what you're doing with that, and we really appreciate that. Let me just give you a little bit of feedback. Madeline Noel, she said, yes, I was at that first meeting, then became on the board for United Lauderhill Community Association after Vice Mayor launched an invite to get involved. Wow. That's our Madeline.
Thank you, Madeline. She's doing well.
She's doing amazing.
She became a super active member in our city. She's part of every board, ambassador, Lauderhill Science Program. She is like this. She's the face of the city now.
I know, right? Karen says it is United Lauderhill Community Association. United Lauderhill. Is it? Oh, is it United Lauderhill Community? I can't remember which one it was, but it's in Inverary, I think, somewhere. Yes, says Karen. Thank you, says Karen. You're getting applause there by Marcia. Impressive, says Winsome Robertson. And thumbs up again, says Suzanne. So people came out to really support you today, Ray. Want to know a little bit more about you. So this is awesome. All right, so let's move on now. Actually, let's stay on the association. I think it might be under the same type of topic. I see you doing
Hang
you
on,
know,
let
barbecues.
my daughter
Hey,
say hello.
hey, how are you?
Hi,
What's your
She,
name?
Natalia.
Natalia. Welcome. Welcome to Lauderhill
you see, for
TV.
Christmas, we're gonna try to get her 2 front teeth. All right,
Yes.
she gotta go say bye. She
All
gotta
right.
go take a
Bye.
shower.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hi.
We'll see you again on Lauderhill TV. Is she involved in any of the Lauderhill youth programs or children's programs?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
She's 7 years old, and
7 years.
she's still growing.
She's still growing. So last week there was a youth program over at Lalo's. They were doing painting and photography and videography and stuff like that.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
little kids. There were little kids there too. So just to let you know. Anyway, back to you. So there's been like barbecues in different associations, different parks and stuff. Is this a part of what you're doing as far as bringing the community together?
Yes. So those that are engaged, like Madeline and some of our associations, and those civically engaged residents, they know where City Hall is. They come to the meetings. They know how to log in online. But there are some residents who really don't know what their local government do for them. They don't know how to reach out to them. Sometimes there may be some intimidation, some fear, some anxiety or nervousness. And then it's always so formal when you come to City Hall.
True.
And if you've never had to speak at City Hall, and we'll open it up to the public, but it could be a little intimidating to step up to the mic. And you might want to just make a little complaint, but you don't feel like your complaint is big enough to come there. And so what I did is I go around to each community and I try to make, obviously, I think you've been out to a few of them. There's nothing formal about it.
Yeah.
It's everybody come out, engage, have fun. If you got some problems you want to share, I just make myself available, but we don't do any speeches. There's nothing political there. Just come out, enjoy, bring the kids, have fun, have some barbecue, get to know your neighbors. And that's another thing we don't get to see a lot. Sometimes we're so closed up in our homes, we don't get to know our neighbors. And so I provide kind of an excuse for neighbors to meet each other.
Yeah.
And so hopefully it makes a stronger community. You can go check on your neighbors. You're like, wow, I didn't know you had this in common with me. And oh, you live in this house. Oh yeah, I live right here. And so they're making friends, and the community is getting stronger, as well as they're feeling less apprehensive about sharing their concerns. I give them all my cell phone numbers. And then they text me with problems, or they'll text me and tell me, there's some bad activities going on, and they want to remain anonymous.
Right.
And so it has really helped out to, and it's been enjoyable and impactful. And then to see the kids have a good time. So it's all about community, and you don't have to come to City Hall to have your voices heard. And so kind of from the military, I went to a couple of deployments. We fight for those that can't fight for themselves. We speak for the voiceless. So I make myself available so that if they have issues, I can take and champion those issues back at City Hall, and my staff gets back to them, and problems get resolved, and they get resolved sooner than later, and they don't have to wait till it becomes a huge problem. The earlier I know about it, the faster we can resolve it, and then they can feel less irritated, and they don't have to live with a nuisance next door. They don't have to fight with their neighbor because the fence is too wide or on their side of the property. And so I just found it beneficial to engage the residents early and often.
I love that. It's so relaxing. As a matter of fact, Madeline, this is where I met you. Do you remember? I met you at one of those barbecues, you and the other leader of that community house association. We're gonna bring her up in a little bit. She's down there.
See how amazing you got a personal story. See,
I know. Literally, I'm gonna bring her up for 1 second. Madeline, I'm gonna bring you up for 1 second. Madeline, do you remember when I met you at that barbecue? Yes, you have your mute. You have yourself muted. Say hello real quick, just for 1 second. Yeah, do you remember, Madeline? Okay, I'm gonna drop her back to her. All right. So,
but look at that. Look at how those dots connected.
I know.
Madeline wouldn't have been
just realized
she wouldn't have been at the board had the association not been started, and you wouldn't have met her. And then she's now part of the city, and it's just
she's part of the city. I don't know if you know this, but do you know that she does the interpretation for this show? She's interprets it.
She does the Creole. Yeah, she's been making herself Creole for even some of the commissioners, and it's good.
She's amazing. She's amazing. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Julia Lewis Spann, who's also part of Kiwanis in Lauderhill, she says, "Thank you, Commissioner Martin. You indeed have made yourself available."
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, at a barbecue is where we met. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we're going to take another quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the things you're doing.
Join us for Positioned for Purpose Women's Conference, Empowered for Such a Time as This, Friday, November 3, 2023, 6 to 10 p.m. Register online at www.themeemovementllc.com.
At Shams Law Financial Services, we specialize in credit services and insurance services. As a financial social worker, I'm here to help you maximize your credit score with thinking outside of the box.
Located in the city of Lauderhill, Mercy's Healthcare Registry have been serving the AIDS community for over 15 years. As a staffing agency, we hire HHAs, CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Give us a call today, 954-572-3699.
Welcome back to Lauderhill TV. I am your host, Millissa, Jayne, and I'm talking with Commissioner Ray Martin. You're actually the Vice Mayor at the moment, right?
Yes, I got a couple more weeks.
A couple of weeks. All right. So you've done such a great job so far. Let's also talk about some of the other programs you do. You've implemented a smoke detector, free smoke detector program. Can you talk to us about that?
Sure, I can't take credit for implementing it. It was a program that City of Lauderhill already offered through our fire department and Red Cross. All I did was try to add some more advertising and visibility to let folks know that we do have this program. We got a lot of great programs in the city. Many people just don't know about them.
Right.
And so I felt like giving out free smoke detectors, not just giving them out, but our fire departments will personally come in and install them in your home. And I thought that was so amazing. And I didn't believe many people knew about it. And as we try to fight fires, I just thought it was a great program that the firefighters have, and it just was not getting the visibility that it deserved. And so all I did was put my name behind it and try to push it forward just to get more people involved.
And I love that so much, because you're right. There are so many great programs and initiatives in the city that this is one of the reasons why Lauderhill TV exists as well. So even though you guys are pushing them out, I'm just echoing what you guys are doing. So again, guys, go to Commissioner Ray Martin's page. I'm going to drop it in the chat one more time, and go and see all of these things. When you go, you see on the left-hand side all of the programs that he has. This is one of them, and it's actually in Creole too. Let me just go ahead and show people this real quick.
Yeah, and that was another thing. In the community, Central Lauderhill, there is a large Haitian population, and that was something else that it was brought to my attention that many people feel like we don't put enough things in Creole. And so that was the first thing I did, was make sure that we had that flyer translated to Creole, and we can push that out. And we also place big billboard signs with that in Creole on the 56th and 55th area, where a lot of our Haitian community reside.
Wonderful. So people, guys, you can just go in onto the page, sign up for it. I think I'm going to sign up for this myself, because I don't think my alarms are working right now. And they will install them for free, you said?
Yes, for free.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So Winsome says, keep up the good work, Commissioner Ray Martin. And right. Debbie says, excellent work, Vice Mayor Ray Martin. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's see what else is he doing now. Every year around Veterans Day, you always do something, and of course, because you're a veteran yourself, what is it that you do in the city of Lauderhill?
Yeah, so Veterans Day is coming up, and as we mentioned before, I am a 22-year Army veteran, so Veterans Day is near and dear to my heart. I've served. I love those that served, and I've lost many who have served. And so I think it's time. It's a befitting time to recognize our veterans and their families. So what we do is November 11th, Veterans Day. For Veterans Day, we meet at Veterans Park, which is over there in Northwest Lauderhill, where we have a ceremony, and we'll take that opportunity to recognize some of our heroes. We provide them plaques, we feed them and their families. We really just come out and fellowship and make sure they know that we're here for them. Additionally, what we have coming up, and I'll let you be the first to know, and this is the first publicly announcing it here, is that we're going to get a Veterans Advisory Board for the city of Lauderhill. So
wow.
our city attorney, yes, big up. So our city attorney is
I gotta show her because she was clapping her hands.
yeah. So our city attorney is currently drafting up legislation determining the number of members that's going to be on the board. And once that legislation is ready, it'll come before the city commission, where I believe I'll have the support of my colleagues to make it a city board that will then become part of the charge of taking care and ensuring that Veterans Day live on, and we make sure we take care of the veterans. We're also getting a mural put inside our Veterans Day Park, and I gotta say, this can't be done alone. I want to give a big shout out to Miss Eula Murray, who is the president of the Northwest Lauderhill Homeowners Association, and she has been spearheading our Veterans Day ceremony. She's been fighting for our veterans and making sure that the Veterans Park had an updated memorial. She makes sure that we get programming to put a mural on the wall to recognize veterans in our city. And so I cannot take any credit away from her, because she's been a rock star supporting our veterans.
All right, no problem. All right, so Paula Scott has just joined. Paula Scott Blackwood has just joined. Hi, Vice Mayor Martin, you're amazing, says PS.
Thank
now.
you.
Thank you, Eula, for your dedication to the cause, says Madeline. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that she was. Yeah, I guess when you think about it, she has always been there, and she has been leading. Come to think about it, as I'm going back, because I've been to a few of those, maybe two. I think maybe two. And what I would say about it is that it always seems to be kind of like a small gathering, and I feel like it should be more. There should be more to this.
Yes, and that's why we're setting the Veterans Advisory Board up, because what has happened is kind of just been, since I'm a veteran, I've kind of put my support behind it.
Right.
But it's bigger than me, and we need to get everyone involved. And so that was also part of the impetus for initiating the Veterans Advisory Board, so we can have more and better outreach to our veterans that's out there in our community.
Okay, great. I totally agree, says Debbie Banner, who is an ex-police officer. All right, so I think I've gone through what I know of you and what's on the website, but I'm pretty sure there's probably more things. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about as far as your initiatives or your programs?
Probably. I mean, there's quite a few more, but I can share. Since you're in Inverary, you're making me think about Inverary. We have the Inverary Steering Committee, and there was many people who were concerned about the golf course.
Oh yeah.
Many residents don't know the status of it. Many residents don't know what's going on. And so I created an Inverary Steering Committee I led it for the first few months, and then we got a board established. We got a president who's there. We've been speaking with developers back and forth, and what this is an opportunity for the residents to get involved early in the process and not let developers slide something through and get to the city, and then residents don't find out to the end or had no input. So we made it a point to make sure that anything Inverary golf course related must come to the Inverary Steering Committee. Our city staff will make sure any developers that want to come to the city, everything comes to the steering committee first, so that way the steering committee can take a look at it, how it's going to affect their values, have some say in what gets built, if anything gets built. There was a covenant on, or there is a covenant on the golf course, but people want to understand what's going on. Is it under contract? The clubhouse is closed. What are we doing about it? There's overgrown grass. We have foxes out there, and there's some concerns on landscaping. And so, obviously we got the telephone number to the developer, telephone numbers to the landscaper. Our city attorney will write them a dirty letter if things are not being upheld. And so this was another platform to allow residents to express their concerns, to find out what's going on, to get the most up-to-date information so that they truly understand the process. And also to create ways, if they wanted to do a public-private partnership, and let them know how we can set up a independent taxing district if there's a desire for the residents to purchase the golf course. So what I've done is just create the platform to allow open, transparent communication and allow ideas to be shared so that we can solve this together. And developers aren't doing one thing and the city's doing another thing and the residents don't know anything. That's what this platform was created. We meet quarterly. Matter of fact, our next meeting is coming up is on October 11th at 7 p.m. You can do it in person in City Hall, or you can watch via Zoom or Facebook live stream. Okay.
Wow, Commissioner, you're doing a lot of things. And for those who just joined late, Paula Scott, go ahead and watch it from the beginning, because you have missed a lot of great information, and the resources that Commissioner Ray Martin is pushing out it's there for us. So definitely go, guys. If you come in late, do go and see it from the beginning. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, Commissioner Ray?
Only thing I want to say is that we do get a lot of negative press, but there are a lot of great things going on in the city. I think another thing that's probably an unlooked or overlooked gem is there are a lot of shows that we have at the Lauderhill Performing Arts Center. We have a lot of comedy shows. We have a lot of things going on, and people are just not aware. So what I'd say is continue to stay engaged in the community, continue to push out positive messages, and I accept criticism as well. If there are things that you think we as a commission or me can do better, feel free to reach out. And if you have issues, again, feel free to share those issues and I'll do my best to help get them resolved. Crime and murders and shootings in our city, let me tell you, I am sitting with the city manager often to discuss ways of improvement. It does not go unnoticed. All the staff and our team and chief of police, they're working hard. And so we're really trying to be on top of it as best you can. Don't think this commission is a working commission.
Oh, yes, for sure. And just to let you know, Commissioner Ray, last week we had, was it last week or the week before, we had the Lauderhill Performing Arts Center. What was it, Amanda on the show to talk about all the different shows. Yeah, literally, we had her there for an hour. I was talking about all the different shows, the comedy, the Broadway, the facilities. Great. So yeah, listen, Lauderhill TV is here to really share the good news and the resources, the people, and again the businesses that are in Lauderhill. And I'm excited to just really get this off the ground. So again, thank you for being available. One last question for you. One last question for you, Commissioner Ray. What is, and I ask this to all of the guests, can you tell me one or two of your favorite places to either, eat, restaurants, or to hang out, in Lauderhill?
Where are my favorites? So I try not to be one place. I try to make my rounds, but my go-to for breakfast, I got two go-to spots for breakfast. One on the east side, one on the west side. I love First Watch over there on Commercial and University. And then I also love my breakfast at Casino Royale on 19th Street and 38th Ave.
Oh, Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that place, so that's another
Yeah,
one.
it's a little hidden spot.
We're gonna have to crash that spot with you, Ray.
Yeah.
It's nice to actually ask that question because we as a community discover some new places because when you recommend these places, we try to check them
Yeah.
out sometimes. So Casino Royale. And what
Yeah.
kind of a place
So
is that?
it's a breakfast. If you ever heard of Spoons, it's kind of similar to
Ah,
Spoons. But
okay.
Spoons, I sometimes go there as well, but that's Lauderdale Lake. So,
Right.
but on Lauderhill side, it's a casino, restaurant.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, just a little bit of feedback before I let you go. Karen says, lots of great information. Thank you, Commissioner Ray Martin. Paula Scott says, wow, LOL. Thanks for calling me out, MJ. I was in a meeting. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for all you do, Commissioner Ray. I will try
Thank
to
you.
make the meeting on the 11th.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right. Perfect. Debbie says, Ohana's Bakery. Ohana's Bakery. Paula
Oh
Scott.
yes, Ohana's Bakery. Uh, Matter of fact, it was Amarena Bakery before that, and me and Debbie used to meet there quite a few times.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. He's so politically correct. LOL. It's equity at its best. Love it, says Paul. ARPA funding. ARPA funding. What's that related
Yes.
to?
It's the American Rescue Program
Oh,
Act, where we have funding. And I went on Facebook, I won't call it a rant one day, to talk about our taxes. But what it was really designed to do is to let you know that there was funding available. And so that funding sometimes, whereas in different pots, but as I went and fought on that mission, more funding became available to our residents. So there's funding available at the city for businesses to continue to get grant money for COVID-related expenses. As long as you can prove the challenges you're having were COVID-related and it caused you some financial harm, you can apply for some of that grant funding on a personal level for you personally, or as for your mortgage assistance and things like that, or for your business.
all right. So that's actually on the Lauderhill website as well. I totally forgot about that. I don't know too much about it, so yeah, I'm gonna definitely investigate a little bit more into that. So I'm dropping that link in the chat as well. All right, Commissioner, I've held you long enough. I know that you're a very, very busy person. Thank you again for making
All
yourself
right, of
available. And
course,
listen,
anytime for you.
all the best in the community and all the best for the future as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very, very much. All right.
All right.
So, wow, guys, that was great. Another one done. Another one of our commissioners have been on the show. We're having all of the commissioners, the mayor, and everybody that we have as city officials on the show because we're able to just really have a conversation with them. Learn what they do and even why they do it. So this was so good. I loved this one. I love this one as well. This was an awesome interview. Thank you so much, Dr. Robertson. Just drop me a number 2 in the chat if you're still with me. We still have more to go. We still have more to go, guys. So don't go anywhere. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I got more stuff for you guys. More goodies. All right. Don't go too far. We're coming right back.
Join us for Positioned for Purpose Women's Conference, Empowered for Such a Time as This, Friday, November 3, 2023, 6 to 10 p.m. Register online at www.themeemovementllc.com.
One more.
At Shamswa Financial Services, we specialize in credit services and insurance services. As a financial social worker, I'm here to help you maximize your credit score with thinking outside of the box.
Located in the city of Lauderhill, Mercy's Healthcare Registry have been serving the AIDS community for over 15 years. As a staffing agency, we hire HHAs, CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Give us a call today, 954-572-3699.
Again, welcome to Lauderhill TV. We are here to give you information and resources and just a lot of great stuff. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through um, the events with you. I'm going to show you just a few, but I do want to show you the Facebook uh, the Facebook page. All right, so here's the Facebook page. If you go to this Facebook page, you're going to see a load of events that I've posted because we don't have a lot of time here. In addition, if you miss any of the shows, you can always watch them back right after the show is finished. Go to the YouTube page, and I'm dropping in the chat as well the link to the playlist of all of the full shows. We have about 22 shows now. This is the 22nd episode. They're all there for your leisure. And I'm going to give Karen Meikle an opportunity, if she wants to come up today, to even come up today and talk about her business, because she deserves a prize. She has watched every single episode. She said she binge watched every single episode. So listen, she deserves a prize. Wouldn't you say, guys? If you agree with that, just drop me a number 3 in the chat. If you have feedback or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments or get in touch with me directly. And if you want to go to the website, go to the website right there, lauderhilltv.com, and you can get in touch with me by email. Or if you're interested in downloading the advertising packages, we have free advertising packages as well as paid. Right, like I said like I say during the ads, if you want to advertise for free on Lauderhill TV, then you can. It's a 15-second video ad. It gets your message across, and you can get it played multiple times throughout the show. If you want more than that, which we have other packages available, you can get those too. So again, the link is in the chat. Just visit lauderhilltv.com and download the advertising packages. All right. Now, the last thing I want to tell you before I bring up our lovely interpreter is the Lauderhill Chamber of Commerce is amazing part of the city's resources, and I would encourage you to go check them out. The Lauderhill Chamber of Commerce link is right there in the chat now, and I was there with them today, launching doing the ribbon cutting for 2 businesses. What's it called? Liquid Paradise is one, and number 2 was Bliss. They're both over on 19th Street, which is an area that's being built up, and we are really, really doing well in the city. All right, so without further ado, let's bring up Madeline. Madelino, how you doing, dear?
I am doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome.
Always loud and clear. So you're looking beautiful today. How are you?
I am doing well, and I know I'm not showing it on my face, but in my heart, we just lost our neighbor, and he was one of the first member of the community that welcomed us here 19 years ago. So when his wife shared the news with us, it's very sad, but we're
so
doing well.
sorry.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
All right, so let us do what we do every single week for you guys. We want to provide the content for you in Creole. Take it away, darling.
So nous dit bonsoir avec toutes amis New York qui toujours branchés sur Lauderhill TV chaque jeudi soir à 8h p.m. Pas oublier yon amis, yon frère, yon sœur pour yo abonner avec chaîne télévision YouTube qui c'est Lauderhill TV et pas oublier ou même qui gagne un business ou capable toujours faire réclame gratuit ça prend avantage opportunité, considérez contacter Millissa Jayne et nous voulons féliciter pour le travail qu'il a fait dans la communauté. Après-midi, nous avons gagné vice-magistrat Ray Martin qui est ensemble avec nous. Nous connaissons une commissaire qui travaille dans la mairie ville Lauderhill. Eh bien, après-midi, il était venu pour le capable vraiment bon nous explication sous programme qui est en charge dans ville là. Il y a longtemps qu'il a servi ville là, c'est un vétéran qui veut dire il servi nous très honnête dans militaire et Kounyean l'a servi nous dans ville Lauderhill. Il y a association, communauté association qui est vraiment en charge pour assurer que communauté yo an, chaque communauté, chaque zone gagne représentation et ou gagne moun qui travaille dans mairie ou gagne officiel elio qui toujours présent pour yo capable ba ou information. En particulièrement, nous gagne association qui réunit troisième mardi dans mois à 6 heures, localisé plus ou moins dans 19e rue et puis 55e avenue. So, même qui était dans zone temps, fait partie de communauté association. Et nous gagnons dans Sadkin Center chaque premier mardi dans mois à partir de 6 heures ou capable réunir. C'est dans 1176 Nord-Ouest 42e rue. Oui, pas oublier pour capable faire partie de l'association. L'autre programme que vice-magistrat implémenté dans ville c'est pour condominium yo. Sous habiter dans un condominium, eh bien, ou a gagné accès, flexibilité pour connaître l'argent que ou a contribué dans l'association, comment ça passe, ou a gagné accès à réunion, le ou fait réunion, et pour capable poser des questions, ça qui a fait dans condominium que ou habité. Ensuite, ou connaît gouvernement fait établir une nouveau ordonnance si condominium nan li gen 40 ans ou plus, gen des inspections pour yo faire dans condominium yo, eh bien, vice-magistrat li joue un rôle très profond pour li capable assurer moun qui a dirigé condominium sa yo que yo suivre règles et règlements dans une façon pour assurer côté ou habitant li safe pour capable rester. Souvent, ou ap jwenn vice-magistrat dans différents barbecues qui a fait dans diverses communautés. Pour qui raison li mette programme ça yo en marche? C'est pour l'incapable faire connexion avec l'autre. Parfois ou habiter dans une zone et puis la caillou c'est seul monde la caillou ou reconnaître ou pas reconnaître voisinage yo. Eh bien, c'est une façon pour nous capable rejoindre ensemble et puis tout c'est une façon tout ou capable poser vice-magistrat des questions si ou gen bagay qui concerne ou capable demander li qui ça qui a passé ou capable dire li mais ça qui ou remet mais ça ou pas remet et puis à l'aide de là li capable porter information ça by l'autre condisciple yo eh bien yo même yo capable faire un pile travail si ou pas gagner yon alarme qui capable détecter di fait la caillou vice magistrat li vraiment motivé pour chaque maison chaque caille côté département pompier, y a vini la caillou gratuit pour yo ka installer équipement qui pour détecter si gagne di fait dans caillou. Pas rater occasion ça, c'est une occasion gratuite ou pas payer rien pour yo. Non seulement yo a ba ou équipement ça gratuit, mais y a vinn installer li pour gratis. Tant pis, allez dans lauderhill.fl.gov et puis on va faire search pour capable chercher vice-magistrat Ray Martin et puis on capable apprendre tout programme qu'il mettait en pied pour communauté. Ils sont vétérans. Ça qui est nouveau dans la communauté, c'est que dans novembre, les yo a célébré vétérans côté yo vraiment accentué pour yo capable remercier yo et bien qu'on y a un comité qui établi qui implémenté pour capable faire des grandes choses pour vétérans nous yo. Nous pas capable faire mes yeux nous sur vétérans yo. Faut que nous porter une lumière et bien qu'on y a gagné un comité qui établi pour assurer vétérans yo capable joindre toute aide toute ressource qui possible qui disponible pour yo même. Eh bien dernier bagage que n'a fait ou connaît si autant de villes la parler de ARPA et ALPA ARPA si ou t'es affecté pendant Covid là ou pas capable payer caillou ou gain business ou besoin pour capable appliquer pour fonds depuis ou ka démontrer que difficulté ou gain li gain rapport avec Covid ou capable trouver fonds pas rater occasion ça yo encore visiter lauderhill.fl.gov et puis ou apprendre de tout ça commissionnaire ou bien vice magistrat li là pour le capable servir et c'était toujours un plaisir pour le capable avec vous. Et il dit à n'importe qui moment que ou besoin, pas hésiter pour faire un rendez-vous ou capable rejoindre ensemble avec lui et parler avec lui. Nous voulons dire merci, c'est toujours un plaisir pour nous capables servir. Millissa, I want to just say thank you to you and Lauderhill TV because the work that we are doing here, the work that you are doing, it is truly making a difference. And today we can attest to that. For the meeting that we had, Commissioner Denise hosted the meeting, and Vice Mayor Ray Martin was there. You were there, and we had a host of other commissioners and city officials that were there. That means the word is getting out. So I commend you on a wonderful job and continue to do what you're doing because it is much needed in our community and much appreciated.
Wow. Well, thank you. I almost called you Commissioner Madeline. I'll talk to you about that later.
Lauderhill Proud Ambassador would work for me now at TV and Creole TV translator.
I know. It's because I was talking to Commissioner Ray. But thank you for all you do. I mean, your name is being spoken in so many places in such a positive way. You're doing so much. Even of course the Creole translation part, but just to be there advocating for so many people and different organizations, different entities within Lauderhill. You're part of everything. So I applaud what you're doing and thank you for all you do as well. Man. Let's give Madeline a number 5 in the chat, please. Number 5 in the chat. All right, and thank you so much once again. Guys, I'm going to just leave Madeline right there as well as I say goodnight. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. And I want to encourage you just to spread the news about what we're doing because we need your help. We need the word to get out about Lauderhill TV. As you can see, we're all working together. We're at the end of the day, what Commissioner's doing, Commissioner Ray Martin's doing, what all the commissioners are doing, they're doing all the work. They're doing making the policies and doing all of that kind of work. But we want to spread the good news by using Lauderhill TV, by what Madeline's doing, speaking to people, being at all the different associations that she's at. We try to be at as many of these meetings and programs as possible. And last week I was at a couple of programs. I was at the breast cancer awareness event as well. Madeline was there. So we're trying to just be a part of the community and show people that we actually have a lot of fun in our community. We enjoy stuff, and we're trying to expose the fact that there are a lot of good things happening, right? I have a lot of fun, like just going from one event to another today. I'm thinking to myself, man, this is fun. This is actually fun. We have a good time, right, Madeline, when we see each other.
Yes, exactly. And again, we have to be about what we're talking. So if we're inviting the community to come out, we're inviting you because we are witnessing what is happening, and there are great things. I mean, amazing things that is happening in the beautiful city of Lauderhill.
All right. So with that said, everybody, I thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm not going to call each person, but you know who you are. Please share the post even after the fact and let people know about it. And I will see you next week on Lauderhill TV. Bye, Madeline.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Let's get my credits up.